as more Tesla vehicles are getting randomly keyed in the streets, and even getting hit with dog excrement. The left is going nuts.
I hate them! I hate them! I need them off the streets! I need them off the road! I need them on the highway! I need them out of my town! I need them out of my country! I'm so sick of them! I'm so sick of Tesla trucks! Cybertrucks!
And like most liberals that are this emotional, I don't believe she can articulate a single reason she dislikes Cybertrucks beyond the few NPC talking points she saw on social media.
Of course.
Like this lady who is king an electric vehicle, but it's not a Tesla, it's a Rivian. You know, that other electric car company that's largely owned by Volkswagen, notoriously known for being the manufacturer backed by Hitler. I would say it's ironic that these liberals are allegedly fighting fascism by supporting Volkswagen, but it's actually on brand for them. As in New York City, this guy carved a Nazi.
How do you fight Nazis? You paint onto Jewish people's cars. I didn't think so either. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Only for the owner to be of that group, demanding hate crime enhancements.
They should. It's disgusting.
Idiots are proudly standing behind that symbol, portraying Elon as a rodent, just like the group they're allegedly against.
Wait, they're calling him a rat? Truth is stranger than fiction, man. This is crazy.
But they're too stupid to realize vandalizing random vehicles and waving around Nazi symbols in allegiance with a political party makes them unquestionably the bad guys. But intelligence isn't their strong point, and now they're finally finding out.
No, they're the good guys because they'll, like, post a picture of, like, a comic book character that says something that sounds like it aligns with their viewpoint, and they'll be like, well, if you look at this cartoon, the cartoon says that me keying the car was the right decision.
Keying vehicles at the Dallas airport in Texas, even causing thousands of dollars of damages at the Ontario airports in California. And as of today, the Attorney General is now classifying these acts of vandalism as domestic terror.
Because they are. It is. So I don't agree with your pathetic points here at all about Elon, XQC, or Trump. Yeah, no, here's the thing. That's fine. You don't have to agree with them. Just don't go key the cars, okay? Don't go destroying other people's property because you dislike the people that made the car.
20 years in prison. And how easy is it going to be at an airport of all places to retrace these idiots to arrival or departures to their boarding pass that's attached to their IDs, so Kash Patel or Dan Bongino can send their guys to go arrest them. And it's already happening with local authorities, where this guy keyed a Nazi symbol into this Tesla, but it was outside a Crunch Fitness.
This is the most pathetic swastika I've ever seen in my entire life. This is how you know it's fucking garbage. Is that Decoy Voice, the guy making the video, didn't even blur it out. It's not even, it doesn't even register as swastika.
Who immediately recognized him as a member and identified him for law enforcement. They quickly went out and arrested that idiot for criminal mischief, which is a felony in Colorado, where he faces a 1.5 years in prison.
Wow.
And this was 2 days before the Attorney General reclassified these crimes. And in San Jose, California, this NPC keyed a Tesla. But after the video went viral, someone else believes they found the guy.
Did you just key a Tesla
It's
the
the
other
guy.
day? What? You're on video.
And the local police were able to arrest the vandal within 24 hours, charging him with a felony. It's almost like keying a vehicle surrounded by cameras is a bad idea. But if you're willing to commit a felony based on what you saw on social media, I don't think intelligence is one of your best attributes. Now, leftist Reddit is crying about the jailing of Tesla protesters.
Pam Bondi brutally mocked after threatening to jail Tesla protesters. Brutally mocked? What do you mean brutally mocked? By a bunch of, like, retarded Redditors? Bud Light for having a trans person, but illegal to boycott Tesla? It's crazy how something that's so dishonest and so stupid can get upvoted so much. As if it's the same thing from choosing not to buy something versus setting it on fire. This is Reddit brain. Yeah, these people are actually retards.
And the incineration of Teslas over their CEO. But no, the left-wing media still calls these protests.
Just to be clear, you protest a private company, you are labeled by this administration a domestic terrorist.
To be clear, no, not really. What news station was this on? It was on MSNBC. Okay. Well, there you go.
It's the latest in more than a dozen instances of arson and vandalism targeting Tesla.
Earlier this month, shots fired at a Tesla dealership in Oregon.
Wow, you guys like petty acts of domestic terrorism, huh?
I forgot who said it recently, but they claimed all these liberal late-night comedy shows have just become clan meetings for the left.
That's a good way to say it.
But after seeing that clip, I'm having a hard time refuting it, as even the host calls them out for cheering on acts of domestic tea, but that's exactly what it is. I know a YouTuber that largely built her audience from buying and reviewing Teslas, and it really seems like she has to denounce Elon every time she references the car now, because if she didn't, her liberal audience would leave her. And even me, I own a Tesla and I love it, but I have friends that want to go catch a Kings game at the Staples Center, or the Crypto Arena as it's now called in downtown LA. But I've always parked at this little hidden spot that dodges all the traffic coming into and leaving the games. But it's in a very shady lot, so I'm definitely not gonna take my Tesla there, which just goes to show what the extreme left is doing is working. They want people to be afraid to affiliate with them, and they want people to be afraid to drive them.
He's exactly right. This is what that's the goal of the protests. And it's terrorism. People are so stupid, no one is losing on the cars burning except the insurance companies and those caught burning them. I think that you really underestimate. So like let's say that your argument is accurate and the car gets burned down and you now have the money from the insurance company that will buy you a new car. Okay, well, this doesn't happen overnight. So you have to file a police report. You have to talk to the insurance company. You have to go and buy a new car, which means that you have to do research on that new car. You also have to buy a car that is at least an equivalent amount of the price. And usually most insurance companies probably give you an amortized value of the car. So you're not really getting the MSRP of the car that you originally purchased, which is normal for like a used car, but still it is a forced action. And so maybe you'd have to add in your own money as well. And then there's also the emotional damage of having your car destroyed and the fact that that's very scary and upsetting. And before you say that's not real, if somebody burned down your car, I think that would be upsetting for you. And, you know, I feel like it would be for a lot of people. And this is also not counting the amount of time and money that costs to have the police and like the fire department that comes in and they have to put out the fire. Then you have the effect that if the insurance company is paying out, let's say $30,000, $20,000, that makes everybody else's premiums go up. And so now everybody else collectively has to spend more money because of this destruction of property. And then you also have police time that's being invested into figuring out who committed the crime and then putting that person. And let's assume they catch the person. Well, then you have a court date for that person, that then the person whose car burned down may have to appear at that court date. And then you have to sentence the person, which is the court time and court money. And then you have potentially paying for jail time for this individual, which is also maybe a court-appointed lawyer, which is something else. And so you really take a problem and you multiply it into theoretically millions of dollars. And the problem that a lot of people like this have is that they never understand the effects of their behavior. They only look at it in a very one-dimensional, childlike viewpoint where they're imagining themselves having the right opinion, saying the right thing, and then doing the right thing that makes them the right person. But they never think about it beyond the scope of this very, very narrow, one-dimensional experience. There's no reason to have a person like that in chat. They're just stupid. Like, can you imagine anything, any contribution a person like that could have into chat that would be positive?
As even their political leaders are gloating about it.
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping.
What I thought was really funny about that is that he actually had to walk this back. Somebody let him know his state's like 401k program or investment program was like involved with Tesla. So like he's the state pension. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. So the state pension was invested in Tesla. So basically this guy is celebrating the government workers that he's representing, their pension going down. No one is degrading Elon by making fun of his stock. Tesla's stock going down is by the way of Elon's decision. That's on him. That's like celebrating a country getting bombed and then making jokes about it and then saying, well, I'm not celebrating the people that are being killed. I'm celebrating the government experiencing the bad decisions of itself. And if you did that, you'd be an asshole. Yeah, this is a 0 IQ comment. That would be punching down, and yeah, that's bad. Punching down and punching up is irrelevant, and it's all a matter of perspective. The idea that you can only punch up at people, all that gives people the ability to do is figure out reasons why other people are above them. There's no justification for why you should be able to degrade somebody because you've decided that they're in a better situation than you are. There's no justification or logic or ethical or moral reason for this at all. There's no foundation for it. There's no justification. There's no rationality to it. There's no logic to it at all. This is an emotional argument that's made by people that are resentful of people who are in positions that they deem to be enviable. And so they think because this person is in a position that's enviable, now it's okay to mistreat them and to do bad things. You should not punch down. You should not punch up. But you should punch back. This is a disgusting retard comment.
About efficiency in government and about doing that. But none of us believe for a second they're thinking about this. Oh, we fired everybody that's dealing with Ebola. And then he went into the Oval Office wearing a hat. I don't ever want to hear anybody talk about decorum and respect or that. Wearing a hat, coming in there, richest man in the world. Again, this maybe is just me. If I'm the richest man in the world, I'm like out on the streets handing out the money. It'd be fun as hell just to help people out. Go help people out. Not this guy. Not this guy.
So even he acknowledged that it was stupid for him to have said that. Yeah, who falls for this? A bunch of upper middle class people that think that they're better than everybody else who disagrees with them morally. And so they think that it's okay for them because they're punching up. It's okay. Let's punch up. And by the way, punching up, the logic of that is so silly because when cars are being destroyed by people that are setting them on fire, you don't even know whose car you're burning. So how do you even know that you're punching up to begin with? The person that you're burning their car, they could be living in their car. They might not even be able to have a house. And now you just effectively set it on fire. It's again, like the logic for this is just it instantaneously evaporates the moment that you apply any critical thinking to it at all. It's complete emotional messaging at all.
About the Tesla stock, he says it gives him a boost to see that stock going down.
That poor guy didn't check his portfolio and his own pension plan for state. It's beyond stupid what he did. He's talking down a 3.5% weighting in his own pension plan. I mean, what's the matter with that guy? Does he check the well-being of his own constituents in his state?
That really goes to show what he really would do if he had the control of money. Because if he's controlling, you know, like basically he's saying this and he's celebrating everybody's pension fund going down. Well, you ask, well, if I had a bunch of money, what would I do with it? Well, you just made people less money.
He literally doesn't mind sacrificing the pensions of his own citizens as long as he can get a win over Elon Musk. And that's just the common theme we see with the modern-day Democrats, whether it's the useful idiots going to prison for vandalizing Teslas, a few female athletes losing their scholarships in the name of inclusion, or the victims of horrendous crimes due to their unwillingness to enforce the border. They are completely comfortable in sacrificing their people, all in the name of preserving their political agenda.
They're not. They're always, and you see this, right? This is like a group of people, like you look at this Tim Walz rally, and it is like 99% white people that are constantly talking about how much they love diversity. I see that. Right. Okay, for sure. Okay. And this is the thing. It's just virtue signaling. It's so transparently virtue signaling. It's embarrassing.
Well, it sounds outlandish to say that. You cannot find a single Democrat politician telling their constituents, hey, don't vandalize these Teslas. The Trump administration is reclassifying these crimes and you could do some serious time. No, they want their base to be angry and emotional, because the second they become level-headed and rational, they just might start to question, wait, why is Doge finding government waste a bad thing? Because at this point, Critical thinking is antithetical to liberalism. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription.
As I said, I think that the Tesla attacks, like, I view anybody who's like trying to play defense and justify any type of this bad behavior, this person is now like, if anything bad ever happens to this person, I'm not really going to care that much. Honestly, I'm not. And I think that there will be a reciprocation from this. And there will be backlash from this. And it will be bad. Yeah, violence is violence. It's just that simple. And there's really nothing else to say about it besides that.